Today, April 28th, is a day of mourning for those who were injured or killed from a workplace injury. My name is Lauren Coux. I'm the Injured and Ill Worker Representative for CUPE 905. This year, we especially recognize the impacts of what the past 2 years of the COVID-19 pandemic has impacted the workplace. You, the workers, have done so much during these times, from workplace outbreaks and the fear of getting the virus, to the short staffing from increased injuries and illnesses. We thank all the workers, especially the most vulnerable at the front line dealing directly with this pandemic. We thank you for all what you have done and what you continue to do. But there's a cost to this. The sustainability of high-intensity tasks for long periods of time have enormous impacts, and these impacts are at the workers' expense. We've seen our workers contract a virus, and many have sustained long-lasting effects. We've seen shortages of proper protective equipment, especially at the onset. We have seen the discounting of our concerns. We have seen constant changes of our protocols, sometimes at an hourly pace. Best practices weren't necessarily initiated. Much of that was dictated by poor funding or lack of foresight. And our psychological health has also taken an enormous toll. Expectations were high, and you met that challenge. But sometimes it was at the expense of your mental health. These injuries aren't always obvious and most often ignored to much later. We acknowledge these injuries as we fight for improved working conditions. We continue to push for investment into preventive measures, better PPE, better training, better equipment, and better benefits. Prevention is cheaper than the injury. Injuries stay with the worker. My name is Lauren Coux. I stand with the injured worker.
Hello everyone. I want to join with all my CUPE colleagues and the over 300 members that I represent at Markham Public Library to raise my voice in honoring all workers who have suffered an injury or who have lost their lives in the past year. This day of mourning, we send our comfort to the family members and workmates. Please know that we are thinking of you. While we mourn for the dead, we have to celebrate the living. And celebrating the living means our presence and action in the workplace should promote dignity and health. As unionists, let us ensure that our colleagues are protected with workplace health and safety guidelines, which are adhered to and helps to eliminate the loss of lives and limb. Thank you.
Good day, I'm Mark Carroll. I am the unit chair for CUPE 905-07 in the town of Witcher-Stovall. I'm also the town arborist. I want to recognize April 28th as the National Day of Mourning for those workers who have lost their lives on the job. It's a little bit close to heart this year for us in the arboriculture industry, as we did lose a worker in a horrific accident in the city of Oshawa. And we also lost a worker in the private industry in here in the town of Witcher-Stovall. So again, take a couple moments on April 28th, mourn those who have lost their lives on the job. Recognize the inherent dangers that are in your jobs, and please be safe out there. Thank you.
My name is Rob Kerfoot. I'm the unit chair of Markham Municipal. On this day of mourning, we remember the workers killed or injured on the job. Vow to keep fighting for a safe and healthy workplace for everyone. Every year in Canada, approximately 1,000 workers lose their lives on the job. Their deaths are preventable and should not happen. Our love and solidarity go out to families, friends, and co-workers of those we have lost. A healthy and safe workplace for the right of every worker under the sun, and this is why we fight for the living. Today and every day, we commit to continue to fight for better legislation, for better education, and for the vital personal protective equipment our members need. Honor those we have lost, fight for the living. I stand with injured workers in solidarity.
Katherine Jacek, President of CUPE 905.
Nina Brown, Local 905, Vice President. Today, we remember the lives lost to workplace injuries and illnesses.
Every year, over 1,000 workers in Canada are killed on the job. This needs to change. CUPE 905 members have been struggling with mental health injuries, violence and harassment on the job, and COVID infections, all while continuing to serve their communities.
Today, we renew our commitment to making sure every worker gets home healthy at the end of their shift. To help keep you and those around you safe, we're offering N95 masks to all our members.
In 2022, CUPE 905 continues to fight for the living.